Also, this is considerably... Oh, never mind. What's up, witches? I'm Casey. Welcome to Bewitching Beauty. If you want to see how I got this look, stick around. Alright, so in today's video I am super excited because my wonderful, amazing husband did a mini ColourPop haul for me and picked me out a lot of fantastic stuff. I'm super happy with it. Obviously, this was a finished look with all the items that he got for me. Just to give you guys a sneak peek of everything that we're going to use today, I am going to show off these items really quick so you know what's in store. He picked out a couple of palettes for me. This one is Making Mauves. It's a really beautiful color scheme of obviously mauvey pinks. He also got me the All That palette. I think this one came out near Valentine's Day, and clearly really pretty, beautiful red packaging. And the color scheme inside is actually somewhat similar to the Making Mauves palette. However, this one does have some darker tones. You see that shiny, shimmery black in the bottom corner, and the reds at the bottom are a lot deeper. He also got me a couple of their Super Shock shadows. I love their Super Shock shadows. I have about 5 already. I used Ladybird for my inner corner, stunning. I used both Dream Lover and Drift on my eyelid, and I mean they're fantastic. So I love these ones. This one is Drift. This one is called Ladybird. This one is called Dream Lover. And this one is hands down my favorite. The camera doesn't even do justice to it. It's like a pink, purple, blue, red shift. It's amazing. It's amazing. Next, he got me some of their cream gel liners. I have never bought any of their cream gel liners. I'm going to buy 70,000 of them now. That's gonna happen. These go on like butter, ridiculous. They're so comfortable. They wear decently. I love them. Pigmentation, incredible. So smooth, glide on so easily. Love these. He got me the shades Get Paid and Exit. The next thing that he got me was he got me a couple of pairs of falsies. These ones are called Shorty. Excuse them being a little wonky because I've worn them once already and love them already. These are Chick. And the ones that I have on right now are called Bay. They're pretty dramatic, really super fluttery at the ends. They're pretty comfortable. Not easy to put on because probably user error, let's be realistic. I kinda a little bit suck at putting on fake eyelashes. Probably my fault, but they're beautiful. Once I got them on eventually, stunning, I love them. If I could stand the effort that it takes to put on fake eyelashes, I'd wear them all the time. I won't, but I would. The last item that he got me was their Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. And this is the shade Fair 10N. This is considerably brighter than my regular skin tone. However, for under eye brightening, this is fantastic. It's worn okay, but I love the consistency. It's not too creasy, super comfortable, not drying. So far, I really like this one. So before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. So as usual, I'm starting with my primer. Today I'm going to use my favorite combination of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and the Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. Okay, so I'm taking my e.l.f. primer right in the center of my face. Alright, I'm going to take some of the Luminizer Primer on my ring finger and put that right below my eyes. All right, now that I've got all of my primer on, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. So I'm using the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. Eyebrows are done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to concealer. So of course I'm going to be using the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer from ColourPop in the shade Fair 10N. We interrupt your normally scheduled program for caffeine. All right, let's do this. This is the second time that I have tried the Pretty Fresh concealer from ColourPop. Last night was actually the first time I ever tried it on when it came in the mail from my husband. I don't know if I like the finish just yet. The coverage is okay, but I can kind of see still like just a teeny bit of darkness right in my under eyes, which is essentially the #1 reason why I put concealer under my under eyes. I'm gonna try and go in with another second kind of thin layer to see if it builds well on itself. And today will be the first day that I'm gonna wear it for a whole day, so I will actually get to see whether or not I like it, like really. And then in my next video, I can kind of give you guys an update on whether or not it wore well. Does it or does it not compare to the Tarte Shape Tape? And that's the bar at which all concealers are held, right? So I'm just gonna go and do like a second small layer right under my eyes. Okay, that's definitely a lot brighter how I wanted it. Also, this is considerably, well, never mind. Also, this is considerably lighter than my actual skin tone. So I don't want to cover this blemish here, but I wouldn't want to use this one that's so bright because all it's going to do is bring attention to this blemish. So instead, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Fair Beige because this is much closer to my actual skin tone. When I cover up this blemish right here, it won't be like, hey, why don't you take a look at this pimple that I couldn't stop picking? This one is considerably darker. This is like paperweight. It's perfect. I love it for brightening up the under eye, but blemish? No. No, 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 no. That's a little better. I'm super excited because I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a mixture of these two palettes right here. So this is the Making Mauves by ColourPop. This is the All That palette by ColourPop. Now, Jason said that his favorite color from this one is this Infatuation color. So I'm gonna be for sure using that one because I like him so much and because he bought them for me. I don't want to have a super sticky base on my eyelids today. It can just make it difficult sometimes to get everything all blended out really well. So instead, I'm gonna take a little concealer and blend it out with a beauty blender as opposed to blending it with a brush because I want like a thinner layer, not a really thick layer of sticky eyeshadow base. So I'm gonna take some of that Pretty Fresh concealer and put it on both my eyelids. This stuff smells like paint. So first I'm going to start in the crease with the color Cha Cha. This one right here. And I am going to blend it out just into the crease, but pretty much all over. Actually a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, which is fine. We're just gonna have to go a little darker, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate the same thing on the other side. So now I have that first transition shade in my crease. I'm gonna go down one step darker. I think I'm gonna go into Solitaire, which is this, I don't know, some like pinky, peachy, mauve-y, whatever. This one here called Solitaire. I'm gonna go into a slightly smaller blending brush as I do this. Next, I'm going to go into this color Wink Wink. Ooh, this is very orange. I'm so confused. It looks red. Tap into it. Looks orange. Looks red on the eye. Am I colorblind? So you'll notice what we're doing is we started with the lightest shade and we went a little darker, a little darker, a little darker. And so what we've done is we've built a contour into the eye where the crease of the eye actually is. So each time I go to a darker color, I use a smaller amount and then blend it back up into the color that I used before so that it creates a sort of seamless blend from the darkest part of the crease out towards the eyelid. Okay, so now that they're looking pretty even, now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with a darker color in the crease, only at the outside, and then also take it down onto my eyelid. I think my plan is to do a half a cut crease, which you'll see. You'll see. So I'm going to go in with this color Please Me, and because this is a dark shade, it's going to be unforgiving. So I'm going to go just a little teeny bit at a time. You can always add more. It's very difficult to take away. Alright, so you'll see that I went in with that dark color at the outer edge, but I didn't take the dark into the inner corner of the eye. The reason is because if you take that darkness in there, given the eyeshadow shape that I'm working with today, it's going to make the eye look closed, and I want it to look wide open on the inside. Before I go on to my eyelid, I'm going to go in back with that very first brush that we used. I'm not going to add any more eyeshadow to it, and I'm just going to go over the top and just blend and buff out the top edges of my eye look. So now I want to do a half a cut crease. So I'm going to take a teeny little bit of concealer on the back of my hand. Okay, maybe a little more than that. Alright, there we go. It smells like paint. I'm going to take a flat packing brush, get some concealer on my brush, and I'm going to cut half the crease. This is what I meant by half a cut crease. So I'm not taking the cut all the way from the front of my lash line to the back of my lash line. I took it about 2/3 of the way, so not half a cut crease, and that's where I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave that matte darker shade on the outside. I'm gonna go in now and add some shimmer. So I know I wanna use Bi-Coastal is this shade out here. I'm gonna take on my finger, and I'm only going to put this on the first portion of the cut crease. And I did all that work to cut the crease. Where is my setting spray? What is happening? I'm gonna take some of that Bi-Coastal on a little packing brush, and I'm gonna wet it with some setting mist, so that I can get right up to the edge of the cut crease. It's beautiful. That shade is absolutely stunning. I mean, it's this one right here. You see that? You see the reflectiveness? Ridiculous. And then you'll see that I left a blank space in there because I want to use the shade Infatuation, which is this one right here. And I'm going to put that right in that area that is still blank. Now that I have applied that, it looks kind of dark and it's competing with the outer edge. So I'm gonna go in again with the darkest shade, and I'm gonna deepen up that outer edge again because we want the outer edge to be the darkest. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that the shape came out really nicely. I really liked it's kind of like pinks, reds, mauves. As my husband said, it's very Valentine's Day-ish. So now I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this process on this side. Now we're gonna move on to the bottom lash line. I think I'm gonna go in with Silhouette, which is this bottom color right here. Duplicate that on the other side. So the more that I'm looking at this center looks just really red on the upper eyelid. So I'm gonna go into this color Drift, which is a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow on my finger. And I'm just gonna dab it over this red area. That actually did very much, but it made me feel better. All right, so I also went in with this color. This is Dream Lover, and it's stunning. You see how pretty? Like, how many colors can you reflect? Looks like I just murdered a glitter store. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add wing eyeliner. This is the Stila Stay All Day. So now I'm gonna go do some mascara and lashes and I'll be right back. So lashes are on, mascara is done. I used Smashbox Superfan on my bottom waterline. And then I used the ColourPop falsies in the shape style Bay. They were difficult to get on, to say the least, but that probably has nothing to do with ColourPop and everything to do with my complete and total lack of ability to put on fake eyelashes. I think they look okay though. They're really pretty. They're very dramatic. They're really wispy. I really like them. So now we can go on to, I'm gonna put a cream gel liner by ColourPop called Get Paid on the bottom waterline. For the inner corner, I'm going to use Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, and I'm going to use it for my inner corner highlight as well as my highlight. So for my inner corner, I'm just taking some of it on my finger. It's not shimmery as I wanted. I'm going to use Ladybird Super Shock Shadow by ColourPop. Oh, that is a glitter. Finishing touches, of course. I'm gonna skip the contour today because I don't really think it needs anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight. I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amazing highlighter again. So now I have all my highlighter on. I'm gonna go in with some blush. I think as pink as this eye look is, it doesn't really make sense not to add like a little color to the cheeks. So I'm going in with this Laura Geller blush in Tropic Hues. I'm scared. Ooh, that is glowy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Okay, that's a little better. That shit is pigmented as fuck. It's pigmented as fuck. I'm gonna take a teeny little bit now and try on the other side. See, that's so much better. You know what we learned today? What we learned today is more highlighter, yes. More blush, no, step away, don't touch that, no more. Because more is what you want. You want more, put more highlighter on, put more highlighter on. So now that disaster has been averted. Oh boy, that was scary for a second. So I'm gonna go in with this gloss. The brand is Vintage by Jessica Liebeskind in the color Pink Sequin. This stuff is super comfortable. It feels like I just put oil on my lips. It's just like super comfortable, not sticky at all. So, I mean, at this point, I'm really happy with all of the different ColourPop things that I tried today. All of these things were new to me. I mean, I own a handful of these Super Shock shadows, but none in this shade. And this one, this Dream Lover, hands down, has to be one of the most stunning colors. Now, I'm gonna finish it off with some spray. So, some setting spray. I just want to shower in that stuff. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I'm really happy with it, and I'm super happy with all the products that my husband picked out for me. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. See you next time, witches.